Coming up today on Taking Over Tottenham, we have made our way through to the Champions League quarterfinals and we are taking on Liverpool over 2 legs. Can we topple the Premier League leaders? Time to find out after the intro. Hello everyone and welcome back to episode number 21 of Taking Over Tottenham here on Shaun Does FM. I hope you are doing well, and if you are looking forward to the Champions League in today's episode, then do remember to go down below, leave a thumbs up on the video, and if you haven't done so already and are enjoying all the FM content here on the channel, also remember to hit that subscribe button and turn that notification bell on as well. It is greatly appreciated. But before we get into this game against Liverpool, we've got both legs for you guys today, so it's a bit of a double header. We will catch you guys up on the results since yesterday's episode where we took on Manchester City in the Premier League, and also brought you guys the results and highlights of the first knockout round game against Sporting. If you missed that, I'll leave a link to it above my head in the top right corner. And the first of those was an FA Cup quarter-final at Anfield against Liverpool. Took a fair while until either team got a goal in this game, but we did open the scoring with just under a quarter of an hour to go. Harry Kane being slotted through there from Lo Celso, and we did go 1-0 up at Anfield, but unfortunately, only a few minutes later, Liverpool did equalise. Popescu makes his way down the right, good ball in there for Curtis Jones, heads that into the bottom right corner. We went to extra time, but from a Son corner, you know who's there. Rodon gets that through the hands of Alisson, and a big psychological edge win going into today's episode. A 2-1 win at Anfield. You look at the stats, Liverpool got a little bit FM there, it is fair to say. A lot of shots double on target compared to us, but we somehow come away with the win after extra time at Anfield, and are going to be making our way through to the semi-finals of the FA Cup. But unfortunately, we have been drawn against Manchester United. If you look at the other semi-final, I'll show you guys that one. I think we'd rather be Arsenal right now because they are taking on Luton Town. That would have been a great little tie for us, but unfortunately, we do come up against Premier League opposition in Manchester United, a team who are proving a little bit tough for us to beat at times, so that is going to be interesting. And that game is straight off the back of these Liverpool ones in today's episode. And the other game that we've played since yesterday's episode, a 4-0 win in the Premier League over Leicester, goals to Angelo Ndombele, Dele Alli and Brian Gill, having to put out somewhat of a rotated team for that game with these Liverpool games in mind, but still producing a very good result to keep ourselves firmly in the Premier League title hunt. Only 2 points behind Liverpool now with 8 games left in the season. You can see that the table has condensed up quite nicely after Manchester United did defeat Liverpool 2-0 in the most recent Premier League game. So I suppose Manchester United actually did us a favour there, and it is now very much a free horse race for the Premier League title. But our focus today is on the Champions League, taking on Liverpool though, so they're not too far ahead of us now, looking a little bit more beatable after we defeated them at Anfield. So hopefully we can do a similar job here over the 2 legs in today's episode. But before we get into that, we have actually made a player sale since the end of yesterday's episode. Steven Bergwijn was not very happy with us not playing him much these days, with the likes of Angelo, Jesus Corona and somewhat Yusuf Demir having usurped him in the squad, and because of that we have sold him to Porto for £28 million. It would have been really nice if he wanted to leave the club like this in the past transfer window, because we might have been able to get Jude Bellingham and if he was that keen on leaving back then, but he is going to be leaving us for Porto. You can see the potential ability now isn't that high with Steven Bergwijn, not getting much game time, not a player that I've been using here. But when you guys pick up the save, when I do leave the save file at the end of this season, Steven Bergwijn is going to be going to Porto for £28 million, just because we weren't really using him. A lot of depth in that position, especially considering the wonder kids that we bought in on deadline day as well. One of those players is a winger, so we're not going to be missing anything with the sale of Bergwijn. I think it is fair to say, but we come into this game with very few injury concerns. Harry Kane has a pulled groin, but we'll be able to get through this game against Liverpool, so that is fine. Dele Alli out with a calf strain, but a player who we're not using a great deal in the first 11. Anyway, the only player who is missing first 11-wise, Renan Lodi, has recently recovered from a tight hamstring. Ben Davies will have to be starting at left back while he is recovering, but as I said, more or less a first choice 11, and hopefully we can pick up another win at Anfield in the first leg of this quarterfinal tie. And here are the team sheets for this first leg. As I mentioned, Davies is in there for Lodi, and that means that we aren't really carrying any left back cover on the bench, although Frimpong can go there. So we've got sort of left back cover, but Davies is probably going to have to put in a decent shift for us out there. And also Nianzu is a little bit fitter than Rodon at the moment, so he will start at the back alongside Romero. Liverpool looking pretty strong there with their lineup, and hopefully we can pick up a similar result to the FA Cup. 10 minutes gone, first highlight of the game. It is a corner to Liverpool. Nicholas Schuler gets his head on the end of it, crashes off the crossbar, and after 10 minutes, a good early chance there for Liverpool, but it remains 0-0. And up to the 40-minute mark now, second highlight of the game, and it is a free kick in our favour. Hopefully we can pinch an away goal here, because that could be huge in this tie. Lo Celso, nice ball up for Harry Kane. Schuler does get back before him, though, to pass that back to Alisson, but we are back in position and straight back on the attack. Son to Davies, good short passing, but gives it away to James Ward-Prowse. Up to Mo Salah. What can the Egyptian king do down the right-hand side? Just gets past his man. Good tackle from Lo Celso. Falls back to a Liverpool player, and they are still in position. Fabinho, Jordan Henderson. What a first-time finish that is from the Liverpool skipper. And we go 1-0 down just shy of half-time. We tried to keep that out. I thought we did some pretty good defensive work there. Lo Celso with a good slide tackle, but we just couldn't keep them out for much longer. It's a really nice first-time finish there from well outside the box from Jordan Henderson. And it looks like we'll be going into half-time 1-0 down. And that is half-time in this first leg. That late strike to Jordan Henderson giving Liverpool a pretty well-deserved 1-0 lead. It has to be said, based on the stats we have offered very little. We're going to have to make a few changes at half-time here. We've got Emerson Royale on a yellow card, yellow heart, and Angelo also not performing very well either. So I think what we're going to do is bring Frimpong and Corona on for both of those players, but looking for a much improved performance in the second half, as we are 1-0 down in this first leg. And we've got an early free kick here to Liverpool to kick off the second half, more or less. Firmino, nice little stab over the top there for Robertson on a yellow card. Mane just inside the box, back to the goal scorer Henderson. Ward-Prowse, what can they build here? The Premier League leaders, Gomez, Salah. We do get the ball back off them there. Romero with a long ball, but Schuler does win the header over Harry Kane, and they are back on the attack here. Liverpool more or less living inside our half at the moment. Mane down the left-hand side, back for Robertson. Will he look to put a ball in? Of course he will. We do clear it only as far as Fabinho. He looks to load one up. That's a really good save on that, though, from Onana. Good strong hand to keep it at 1-0. And I think we are going to make one more change off the back of that. Harry Kane is really struggling out there with that little niggle. 6.3 rating. I think we'll save him for the second leg. Andrea Belotti can come on for him. That's all three of our subs used nice and early, but we're still only one goal down, which I suppose isn't too bad at Anfield. 61 minutes gone. We have a free kick here to Liverpool. One highlight since you were last here, but a good block on a Mane shot from Frimpong meant it wasn't too much of an essential highlight, but we look to play out from the back here. They win the header yet again, looking very good aerially in defence here are Liverpool. Henderson down the left, Højbjerg with a tackle, and it looks like a pretty clear-cut penalty. That is the last thing that we need in our Champions League journey. 1-0 not too bad, but 2-0 going back home is going to be difficult, and the penalty is awarded. So likely with Mo Salah stepping up to take this one, we will be going 2-0 down. Can Onana produce a moment of magic? He might have gone early there. VAR, don't know if they check penalties, but nonetheless, that's a really good save from the Cameroonian goalkeeper. They are still on the attack here, though, Liverpool, so we'll just hold off our celebration for the moment. Schuler plays it up to Fabinho, out to Joe Gomez. Looks like he's playing right back at the moment. We'll put a ball into the mix a bit. Romero deals with that big penalty save from Onana, and it looks like it will remain 1-0. Ball over the top. Mane with a header just over the bar. Huge save from Onana to keep it 1-0. 87 minutes gone late in this game. Liverpool, who have absolutely dominated us, with another chance. Henderson with a header just wide, and we might get a 1-0 result out of this, which, as you can see by the stats, wouldn't be terrible. We do get a late shot on target, but that will do. And honestly, when you look at those stats, I am actually pretty happy with that result, only losing 1-0 at Anfield. If we play what we are capable of doing in that second leg at home, I think we are certainly still a chance of going through to the semi-finals. But look at those stats. We are definitely quite happy only losing that game 1-0, especially thanks to that penalty save from Onana on Mo Salah. And we will come back shortly for the second leg. And here are the team sheets for the second leg. In terms of us, Rodon is back in for Nianzou and also Renan Lodi as well. So more or less our first choice 11 here for this game. Liverpool look more or less exactly how they did for the first leg, only 1-0 down. Can we turn this around at home? 14 minutes gone, definitely a better start to this game than the Anfield one, and we are in possession, getting possession back from that throw-in. And Hello tries to curve one top left corner, only just over the bar, and still 0-0 at the quarter of an hour mark, although it is another throw-in here for Liverpool, and this time they do secure possession from it. Robertson makes his way down the left. It's a good foot in there from Angelo, a little bit dicey at the back with a two-footed tackle inside the box, but luckily he did win the ball. We clear it, but Liverpool are back on the attack. Virgil out to Robertson, and a lot of space there down the left-hand side in for Keita. What can he do here? Puts the ball in there for Firmino. Just a nice tackle there from Rodon. Keita with a shot saved, but Mane is given open space, and Liverpool might have picked up an early away goal, or is VAR going to intervene? Big moment here, and VAR does disallow the goal, so that is a big let-off for us. That would have almost put this in the too-hard basket. He is, ooh, yeah, we got lucky there, I think. Mane, I think Jurgen Klopp can be a bit ticked off with the referees there. It's still 0-0 after 20 minutes, but 1-0 to Liverpool on aggregate. 26 minutes gone, and now we are in possession, playing out from the back after that massive let-off, with Mane's goal being very controversially ruled out, it is fair to say. Angelo's nice ball over the top there for Harry Kane. Tight angle, plays it for Angelo, gets a header onto it, and it finds the back of the net. What a moment that disallowed Mane goal might be, because we have gone down the other end not too long after it. It is a massive deflection on that header from Angelo, but good build-up play in this goal. Nice ball over the top there for Harry Kane, returns the favour. Angelo gets his head to that. I think it comes off Kanate, and we do equalise 1-1 halfway through the first half on aggregate. And that is half-time in the second leg of this Champions League quarter-final. Very fortunate that that Mane goal did get ruled out, but we got our equaliser not long off the back of that, and this game pretty even, but reasonably happy with how things are going for us at the moment. We'll make no changes. 1-1 as we enter the last 45 minutes of this tie. Okay, up to the 57-minute mark here, and Højbjerg is not fully injured, so we'll skip the Mark Richardson, but he has picked up a little bit of a niggle, so we're going to have to make a substitution here, and I do think that Harry Winks is probably the most suitable substitution. We'll just see who's better suited in that box-to-box role, and it doesn't really make much difference. So Harry Winks can play in the box-to-box. Still 1-1 with just over a half hour to go. 68 minutes gone here, and it is a throw-in to Liverpool. Nearly get possession back, but Gomez does receive that ball back from Mo Salah. Plays the ball back there, and they are still in possession. And Chamberlain ball over the top for Origi. It's a header, but Onana produces a bit of an acrobatic, albeit pretty safe save there. Didn't really look like it was ever going to get past him. Hoofs it long, but Liverpool are back in possession. Chamberlain up to Firmino. Nice ball here for Origi. Will bury that, but was he offside? I think that one's going to be a little bit more clear-cut than the Sadio Mane one earlier. Hopefully that decision doesn't prove too vital, because very iffy one, that one. I think it's fair to say that one does get ruled out, though. I think this one's going to be a little bit more conclusive when we get to see this replay. Firmino, he is not far offside, but certainly is definitely offside as compared to the Mane one. Still 1-0 with only 18 minutes left, and I think we're going to have to make a substitution here, and it's a bit of a big call. Heung-min Son is down to a red heart not having the greatest game. Jesus Colonna is our wing option on the bench and can go out on the left-hand side. So considering penalty taking, among other things, I think we're going to bring Corona on that left-hand side, missing a bit of quality there, taking Heung-min Son off, but some fresh legs might help us out in these last 18 minutes as we search for a winning goal. And up to the 82-minute mark now, time for us to make our last substitution. Lo Celso on a 6.9 down to a red heart. What I think we're going to do here is actually bring Tanguy Nianzou on for Lo Celso because he can play in the defensive midfield role. I think he might be a little bit better defensively than Oliver Skip. So I think what we're going to do is bring Nianzou on for Lo Celso, and Ndombele can go up to the Mazzala role, having a good game and is very proficient in that position. 8 minutes left, still 1-1. And we are going to extra time in the Champions League quarter-final, 1-1 after the 90 minutes. Liverpool probably feeling a little bit dirty about that Sadio Mane goal, but it does allow us to make one more substitution this, I think. So we'll take Renan Lodi off on a red heart 6.6 rating for Ben Davies. So we'll make that substitution and hopefully we can pinch a winning goal at home here in extra time. And the first highlight of extra time is a free kick to Liverpool in the 103rd minute. Really nice ball there for Origi. Onana comes up big for us yet again and does keep it at 1-1. Up to the 111-minute mark, we are now in the second half of extra time. Onana has come up massive for us over both legs in this game. It could very much be Liverpool through to the semi-finals by now, if not for him. But we are in possession, playing out from the back. Nianzou just slotting in there to try and control things for us in that half-back role now. And Hello makes his way forward. Nice ball out there for Jesus Colonna in off the bench for Heung-min Son. And surely that will be a penalty to Tottenham. Fabinho clips him, was nowhere near the ball. And I think this is pretty clearly a penalty. So VAR is not on Liverpool's side today. You could argue after that Mane goal earlier was ruled out. They absolutely give that penalty that time. They make the right decision. Harry Kane will bury it in the bottom right corner, as you would expect, with his 20 penalty taking, his 31st goal of the season. And with not long left in this game at all now, it is Tottenham 2, Liverpool 0, 2-1 on aggregate. Well taken penalty from Harry Kane, and we might be making our way through to the semis. Albeit we are going to get shown a highlight straight off the restart. Have tried to make some tactical changes to slow things down, but it might not work. Albeit Jesus Colonna on the ball. Really nice ball. Harry Kane can't quite get to it before Alisson Becker. And you can see the urgency there from Alisson as he throws that out to Virgil van Dijk. Poor pass, and we are back in position. And hello, back to Nianzou. Can we get one more goal? Which would absolutely, I think, seal it with only 6 minutes to go of extra time. Play it back to Onana. Romero trying to play out from the back. Corona can't quite win that header. And hopefully we don't concede an instant reply, because then we would be in trouble with the away goals rule. A bit of heading, aerial ping pong there. And Liverpool back on the attack. Ball up to Origi. Mo Salah puts a ball in. It's Alex Oxlade-Chamberlain. And was he offside or not? That is the big question here. This could be a massive goal in context of the game, albeit I'm not too sure if the away goal rule does still stand in the Champions League at this stage. And VAR does award the goal, and it is the Ox who equalises things on aggregate pretty much straight away after we get the upper hand. You can see there he was quite clearly onside too, and we'll get the boys to not time waste. We'll completely turn off all those changes that we were about to make, but that is a gutting blow to all, albeit there is a highlight shortly off the back of this. Can we avoid this going to penalties, or Liverpool winning this on an away goal? And hello, far post with a header. Now, was he onside? That could potentially be the winning goal. We are waiting on bated breath for VAR here. His and hello got another goal to send us through, and the goal is awarded. And hello puts us 3-2 up in extra time. Jesus Colonna is pulling the strings out here in extra time. Nice header at the far post, gets that past Alisson. And before we can watch the replay to check if he's offside properly, we are definitely going to go back to time wasting now, because we didn't have the chance to implement it last time. We are going to try and run the clock down, entering added time of extra time. And Tottenham Hotspur are through to the semi-finals of the Champions League, knocking out the Premier League leaders in Liverpool. You look at the stats, Liverpool somewhat more dominant stats-wise, but it certainly was a much more even game than the first leg, and we were very clinical with our chances. 3-1 on the day, and we do go through 3-2 on aggregate, largely thanks to a double from Angelo, and we'll come back shortly and see who we will be playing in the semi-finals in tomorrow's episode. And here are the results from the other games in the Champions League quarterfinals. Man City defeating Napoli pretty comfortably in the end, 6-1 on aggregate. Manchester United also making their way through, so it is a Manchester derby in the other semi-final, defeating Barcelona 3-1. But we are taking on a team which Tottenham do have a little bit of recent history with, it is fair to say. Bayern Munich, they beat PSG 3-1 on aggregate. So it is Man City versus Man United and Bayern Munich versus Tottenham. That is what we're going to be coming back for in tomorrow's episode in the Champions League semi-final. But we have played a few games in and around that, just waiting for things to happen. And unfortunately, we've played 2 games. In fact, one of the results not good, one of them is good. The Premier League result, we took on Newcastle in between. I say it was a good result. In fact, it wasn't really, because Renan Lodi did get sent off, and in the end, we did drop points to this cash-rich Newcastle team. 1-1 Ruben Loftus-Cheek with the early goal. Brian Gill also picking up a little bit of a niggle, so a bad day at the office for us there, which means we do slip down the Premier League table ever so slightly. 4 points behind Liverpool now, 3 points behind Manchester United, although Liverpool will be hurting, no doubt, from that Champions League loss. But you also would have seen we have gone a little bit further and played the FA Cup semi-final, and this did not go to plan at home, having to put out a few rotated players just with the amount of football that we have had recently, shortly off the back of that Champions League second leg. And unfortunately, we are out of the FA Cup, losing 3-0 to Manchester United in the semi-finals. Of course, that game was played at Wembley, so I suppose technically it wasn't a home game for us, but we are not going to be playing an FA Cup final this season, which is a little bit disappointing, as if we had got a kind of draw, if that was Luton Town, I think we would have been in the final. So a bit unfortunate there, but that's what happens. It will be Manchester United, and I take it they will be playing Arsenal in the final. Not too sure yet, but we'll assume it was Arsenal that they played in the final. But tomorrow we will come back for the Champions League semi-final. Hopefully we can make our way through to the Champions League final, and to do that we will need to beat Bayern Munich across 2 legs, albeit yet again the home leg is the second leg, so that will favour us, hopefully, if we can get a decent result away from home in the first leg. And you will also note that a game that we were supposed to have in between now and then in the Premier League against Liverpool, because of that Champions League semi-final, has been pushed back right to the end of the season. So all of a sudden we have a very tough run home in terms of the Premier League. So we need to win all these Premier League games as well, heading into those last couple of games, because those fixtures against Liverpool and Man United are going to be massive. But if you did enjoy today's episode, then do remember to go down below, leave a thumbs up on the video, and if you enjoy all the content here on the channel and haven't done so already, also remember to hit that subscribe button and turn that notification bell on as well. And until tomorrow for the Champions League semi-final against Bayern Munich, thank you very much for watching. Keep on keeping on, and I'll see you then. Cheers.